back with another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 podcast. I go by the name DJ Monae.
I'm DJ Battio.
And I'm DJ Thirsttrap.
And who do we have in the building, Trap?
Hey, today, hey, Battio.
Oh, yeah.
We got another one in the building today.
One. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Multi-Grammy nominated.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Been out there in the streets. If you know Nudy, you should know him.
Let's go.
Very own DJ BJ is in the building.
Let's go.
Sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
We caught him. He's still in town, boy.
Hey, he's still in town, but you know what's coming up, though?
What's coming up?
February 28th.
Ooh.
He gonna be out of town after that.
Yeah, monster tour.
Yeah, man. So this is why we do this, because you got to catch the DJs, especially the good ones. You got to catch them before they leave out. You know what I'm saying? So we got you here, bro. So let's do this the right way, man. What got you started DJing, bro? Let the streets know.
I'm a second generation DJ. My dad was a DJ.
Oh, that's how it go. Yeah.
Yeah, so he kind of always just had the stuff in the house, and I grew up in music, and I just watched him.
Was it the 1200s? The old,
He had 1200 techniques.
Yeah.
He had the rotary mixer.
Ooh.
Like, so he was one of those guys.
Now.
He
Yeah.
scratched with the fader going, with the channel fader. So, just watching him and then just knowing music and loving music. And it just came to a point where I was like, I feel like I can do better some DJs, places I was going.
Yeah.
I was in a college town in Athens. And so I was like, I'm finna try my hand at it.
Let's do it.
So like 2012, and I just jumped straight in.
Drive through Porsche with it, right? That's what's up.
Like 11 years later, we here. So
let's get it.
Okay, so where is DJ BJ from for people who might not know?
Yeah.
I was born in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was born in Richmond.
Yeah, up north, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, and then probably about like 2000, I moved down to Atlanta, like the Kennesaw, Marietta area. Okay. And I've been there ever since.
So do you consider yourself from Georgia now?
Yeah. I done spent
there you go.
22, 23 years in Georgia. So
have you ever DJed out there in Virginia though?
Actually, no. And the craziest thing is my first show.
All the tours, man.
Is on this tour.
Oh, okay, that's wow. That's crazy. You gotta go crazy, BJ.
And it's the last show of the tour. April 29th. And it's my first time ever DJing in Richmond. And it's so crazy because Richmond is like one of those cities like
get ready.
It's smaller than Norfolk because a lot of people always go to Norfolk.
Yeah, but
it's not super small either. And so it's like a lot of venues is like only 1,000 cap. So if you over 1,000 cap venues, you go to Norfolk.
Yeah,
it's like an hour away. So
shout out to Virginia, man. You know what it is.
So I'll say this: like being able to have that on the list of your tours and when you go out there, I know you're going to be looking for the love from your city and stuff like that. Like, what type of, like, inner, I guess, goal does that feel like accomplished when you can just come back to your city in a big way and really do it like that?
I feel like it's better that I'm able to do it now instead of, like, early on. I feel like it's built up like an anticipation, but at the same time, I'm way more mature, and this is like the homecoming that I like really, I can like bask in. So I just feel like I always wonder like, damn, why we don't never do Richmond? Why we always skip Virginia? Like, but now that we're doing it, and we're doing like a venue, it's like 4,000 people.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, this is what I wanted for real.
So let me piggyback off that answer. Do you ever have any input on where y'all do shows at as the DJ?
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, it's so crazy. I also manage him too.
Okay.
So a lot of the offers we get, I definitely have a lot of input on it.
Right. That's dope, man. Yeah.
And so even with the tour, like the tour is pretty much in my hands. He just gives me full reign over it.
Right.
That's a kind of big thing because you don't see a lot of DJs managing the artists at one thing. So tell us how you got started. Like,
it's been some notable DJs. Like I always bring up like Future the Prince and Drake. Like that's one DJ that like he went from DJing to road manager. Now he fully manages Drake. And another one like Cortez Bryant, he was a manager, but in Wayne's early part of career, he DJ'd.
Yeah, I know Cortez.
DJs Need Love too, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I had this conversation with a lot of people. It's easier, especially in the entertainment industry, as a DJ, because you're that one that's like really in the field. Like you in the clubs, you really see everything firsthand. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm on Twitter, I'm reading. He don't do social media, so
that's why I asked that question.
And all that.
So somebody that doesn't manage your artist, do they have input on the shows in the cities they go to?
Yeah, so we have we got a whole management team actually. So we have me, we have a role manager who's been with Nudy since day one. We have a business manager who really handles the money, the contracts, the whole back end. And then we have a label manager, and he's like the guy who pretty much when Nudy started out, he was the one who funded everything. So they're business partners.
Dope.
And we all work as a team. Then we have the guy who was our A&R at the label. He's came on and worked. He works on the management team as well, KJ. And
I met KJ before. Shout out to KJ.
Yeah. So our team works really, really well together, and the input.
That's why you guys still going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when I moved out here, Nudy was popping. You know, I'm from New York, so it's like you got to have his music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then once I started hearing it, I played everything where I went. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young Nudy, man. You know what I'm saying?
And it's only been 4 or 5 years. That's the craziest part.
That's crazy.
But yeah, our management team,
Wait, it's only been 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
So how long have you been managing Nudy?
Wow.
Because I remember in 2017, I think he did a concert in Statesboro. It's when like he first.
Yeah, when Nudyland dropped. So I've been working on his management team since right after our Savage tour, which was like end of 2019, beginning 2020. So it's been a couple years, but you know the pandemic kind of.
So how do you balance that? Managing the artist, being a DJ, going on tour, coming back, being in the clubs, still having your personal life. How do you balance all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about that, he's not a high maintenance artist, so it doesn't make it stressful. And just being with him for so long, it's like I know what he already want to do before he even tell me. Even when it comes down to engineering, like I've engineered a lot of his music, so now I'm at the point where I can sit back and I can allow other people, I can put other people in position, but when it comes down to, they always ask me, oh, how does he like this? How does he like that? I can tell you before he tells you. And we'd have been in sessions where before he even came out the booth, I'm like, oh, do this, do that, fix this right here. And he like, damn, boy, you just took the words right out of my mouth. It works. And that's just off us having a personal relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, so speaking on that relationship, because y'all been going at it for some time, like how did that relationship even start with you and Nudy?
Funny enough, I was around Savage's team before I met Nudy. Back when Savage was doing like Slaughter tape, and he had did the tape with Sunny Digital, Free Goo Wop.
Not the Sunny Digital.
He did. I remember his first Atlanta shows at the Masquerade, the old Masquerade.
Yeah.
In the Hell. That's the first time he had like Metro and all them pull up, and me and Mark B, we had been boys way before the DJ and shit, like off of mutual love for sneakers. Yeah. So I had just moved back from Athens, and I really was just trying to get into the Atlanta industry. Okay. Like DJing in Athens was easy because it wasn't a lot of people. All you had to do was be a decent DJ.
You that nigga.
But I'd never try to rush into Atlanta, so I was just always like, hey, Mark B, you got George State on lock. I'm going to just shadow you. Like for a year, I just pulled up where Mark B was. I just paid attention. I just met people. Never told people I DJ'd. Yeah.
Now, was this around the same time when it was like people were still pulling up the Opera and stuff like that?
Opera Wednesdays were going crazy. Mention Fridays was loaded. Yeah, this
was
this was like Quad was going crazy.
Pre-COVID,
yeah. This is exactly that time.
Like COVID.
Yeah.
This
now,
was like 2015, 2016. Yeah.
This one Atlanta was in Atlanta.
Like prime.
Yep.
DC, we was all starting out. We was all at Opera. You had
DC2
DC2 Smooth. You had AJ the DJ.
Yeah.
It was like the lineup was completely different.
Yeah.
And I just shadowed him for a year, and I just met people. Never told people I DJ'd until it came up, but I just wanted to build personal relationships.
Gotcha.
Before we get into some more DJ stuff, let me ask you this question: what's the hardest thing about DJing for an artist on that caliber? For the DJ that don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you go through
in terms of like
touring, and just dealing with the
Maybe
off
in a
days.
club or
the hardest thing about DJing,
DJs Need Love 2 show.
I would just say is keeping everything together, like being the glue of the show. Especially with him, like some days it's just like certain songs he just don't want to do.
Yeah.
Certain things, you know, but as me, I'm big on continuity and just performing the same show every night, giving that same experience out.
So you able to read his body language and you be like,
Yeah.
you'll fade out that song a little earlier than you normally would, something like that.
And then he reads the crowd, so sometimes the crowd will react to certain songs, and I'm like, all right, we need to pivot this way, or all right, they fucking with this old shit. We don't do a whole lot of New Land or Slime Ball too, but I might throw in a, you know, butt naked bitches here, you know, some old, and just kind of read off that. So it's literally like calling audibles throughout the show, but it's me and him on the stage, so it's so genuine. Nobody would never know that it's just, and we never had a rehearsal. Ever, so nobody would just know it's just off the cuff and just thrown in there.
So let's talk tours, girls, fans, all of that. How do you balance that? Like, how do you stay disciplined when you go on tour? Smoking, eating right, everything.
Hard life.
I don't smoke.
Okay. Well, drinking, you know.
Yeah, drinking. So I never drink before the show. After the show, it's a different story.
You hear that, DJ? Don't drink before the show.
So when you get on the stage, like, you don't be nervous? You're already, like, mentally prepared? Okay.
On the stage, it's more like autopilot. That's what it feel like. Like, once I press that first play button, it's just like my body is just...
Have you always
we've
been
done
like
it
that?
so long. Nah, actually, funny enough, my first show with him was Rolling Loud 2017 in L.A. It was my first show.
So the first shows is some really big shows. Like a lot of people first shows is at like, you know, the crib and you know what I'm saying?
Did you
like,
have any pre-practice before that
I
show?
mean,
Like
no, like
I get the book in, it's like, yo, meet me out here and we there.
Man, it's so crazy because we drove out to LA.
So run this down play by play. I gotta hear this first show. Ain't never done a show on this scale before because we talking about Rolling Loud. You
Rolling
know,
Loud is crazy.
To hop in the Sprinter.
Never did a show with him. Period. Never.
So
So he had a DJ previously, and DJ Famous from South Carolina. Shout out Famous and
Shout out to Famous, yeah.
Famous I think they had just went on tour with Playboy Cardi.
Gotcha.
And then right after they dropped Nudy Land, and he went on tour with Money Man, so he was booked. So I got the call, and it wasn't like I can go find any Nudy shows online. He was still, that was like his second year as an artist. Like he was still fairly new. And he didn't give me a set list.
Damn.
Like TP was like, well, these are songs he liked doing, but we got to do 30 minutes.
Right.
But don't you think that's how you become somebody's DJ? Like just
you got to come in
being
with a
real
plan.
authentic, you know.
But I watched Mark B do it with Savage, so it's like, all right, I would see the way Mark B. Yeah, for sure. I would see the way that he would formulate the sets, and Savage would give little input, but it was all Mark B. And then when it was my turn, it was like, all right, I got the opportunity now. I just gotta perform.
Yeah,
and that's all I had to do. I had to come up with a set, and I'm not gonna lie. The first couple shows, I fucked up. But I fucked up on the magnitude of.
Take the question right. I was gonna ask you, have you ever messed up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I was watching an interview and they were talking about that, like how, you know, but that comes with being new and really just learning it. Really,
we was on Adult Swim and we was talking about it, and pretty much like I said, he had a previous DJ, and so he's used to how Famous did everything, even from hyping the crowd up beforehand, and just him on a mic and even his effects, like, and just never doing nothing with me. He would get to certain songs and expect things, and I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't know. I've never watched him perform, and he wouldn't snap or nothing, but he just be like, after the show, be like, boy, you fucked up. You fucked up at this point.
Yeah.
So I had a nickname for like a couple months. It was DJ Fuck Up. And it wasn't nothing I ever took, it wasn't.
Now look.
It was just like, all right, I just got to prove to you, like, I ain't a fuck up for real. Like, so I just kind of took that to the chin, and I just kept working. I started reading his body language, and he got little like signals that you'll never know unless you like actually watched him. And that's one thing I learned even when performing with a new artist. Like if I can go on the stage and perform with somebody new today, and I probably would have a better set just off watching the artist. A lot of DJs get stuck looking in the crowd, or looking down at the laptop, or figuring out what they're gonna do next.
It's nervous.
Where you ain't got to be in a rush. You just need to sit here and cater to the artist on the stage. And I'm watching his body language. I'm watching even, like, I'll go watch niggas like Drake perform and Travis Scott. Like, I'll research now. I'll watch different rap artists perform.
Let's listen up, DJ.
And it's not even just off like, oh, hopefully I perform with them one day. Because it's like, at the rate that we're going, I'm going to end up performing them like with them one day. I done been to all the times Drake that came out with Savage. And it's like I watch DJs miss all of Drake's signals. And it's like I know his signals because I've watched.
It's
like I
DJ?
did. Future the Prince is usually his DJ, but now, he do playback with his band. But when he would go to shows, like he'll tell the DJs to cut it, but he'll tell them wheel it. A lot of DJs don't know what that means. He'll have like little signals and they'll just mess it up, and it's like, I know what that means because I watched like game film. So that's one thing I would stress to DJs. Like, even if you never work with an artist, you could always learn something from another artist, another DJ.
And I
watch. Study. Study what you're trying to go into. If you
I always take the opportunity to go to other shows. Like when people come to town, I never feel like, oh, I'm too big or I don't need to go to that show. Even if it's a smaller artist. Like when Glorilla was in town, even though she did center stage, it's like, man, I gotta see this because I gotta see what the energy is like. I gotta see what her show is like.
It's real DJ
you can learn from anybody. And that's I really take that to heart. Like I can learn from a new beginner. I can learn from an OG. I can learn from somebody on the same level as me. And as long as you take the opportunity to learn, you'll always get better.
All right, so let's get into our flowers segment. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know a lot of DJs. We want you to give 3 DJs their flowers, all right? Doesn't matter where they from, inspired you.
Influenced you.
Motivated you. 3 DJs.
Off the rip, Mark B.
Yes, sir.
Off the rip. And it's just, like I said, me and Mark B, we linked up way before DJing.
Yeah.
Way before he started DJing. I started DJing. We started at the same time. So, I just been there through everything. Yeah. Even when he started producing, man, we spent a whole summer just like.
Shout out to Mark B, man. You already know, man.
Yeah, we spent a whole summer locked in the house. I'm talking about only going to the club and only working on beats and mixtapes.
Yeah.
And just seeing the progress and just everything he went through. I was there for it all, and just a lot of niggas don't know. So when it's time for a nigga to pop his shit or it's time to give him flowers, it's definitely Mark B.
Mark B. Shout out to Mark
He worked with one of the biggest artists in the world right now.
Yeah.
And he's not cocky. Yeah. He's the same Mark B.
He's just busy.
Yeah, he's
Mark
busy. Yeah.
So I gotta ask to add on to it because you were around that same era of shadowing Mark B during this time when he was doing the 21 Savage mix from Swag Serve to whether it was X or Red Ops, and Atlanta was just going crazy on the way you was hearing other DJs steal his mix and stuff like that.
He really originated that.
Yeah.
That Swag Surf to Finito. He was the first DJ to do that shit in Mansion. And he put it on Instagram and it blew up.
He put it out there first.
All of the DJs did it. He did it at Georgia State during a basketball game. Wow. It blew up again.
Like then it became a when certain misses hit home and stuff like that, that didn't just hit one club. That hit all of Atlanta because you was hearing it.
It's a lot of different like little transitions he would have, like, and I would be with him so much, and it was never a bad thing. I would know his transitions, but his transitions was just so fire that
it's always gonna hit.
DJs always would hear it and be like, "Oh, I gotta do this." So then I go to the next club and he ain't with me, but I'm there. I'm like, "Damn, that sound like Mark B." Yeah. But that's you always gotta take that as flattery.
That's right. Yep.
I mean, I never seen why people always got offended with that. Mm-hmm. If I did something, and it's times I've done stuff when I was DJing and I've heard it other places, and I'm like, I'm critiquing like, well, if they gonna do it, they gotta do it right. Yeah. And if they do it right, it's like, all right, you fine, you nailed it. I ain't mad at you,
Shout out to Mark B. We got 2 more. You know a lot of DJs, bro.
I do. This is one I never met, Jazzy Jeff.
Shout out to Jazzy Jeff, yes.
Ultimate.
Jazzy Jeff I never met, and it's like I know everybody that know him. We know all the same mutuals. We just never met.
Right.
Same thing with Wayne, but Jazzy Jeff, he just wanted to like when I say I do my research.
Yeah.
I do my research. I'll go watch his Boiler Rooms. Mm-hmm. I'll watch his 3 Styles. I'll watch recorded sets. It might be the lowest quality on YouTube. I'm watching it.
Yeah. He go crazy on Twitch for his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
IG don't put him on.
His IG Live used to go crazy. Yep. I was tuned into all of it, but Jazzy Jeff, like...
I'm talking into existence. Jazzy Jeff will be on this show. That's a fact.
Shit, when y'all get him, I just want to meet him.
Yeah.
I want to give him flowers in person, for real.
Major flowers, for real.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 2.
My third... Damn. I would say my third would be... That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a lot of DJs.
It's a lot of DJs.
Who that one though?
We always make the pause right there when they the third DJ.
Because it's hard. You know, you don't want to offend nobody, but at the same time, you want it to be a genuine answer. Yeah.
Well, I would say a lot of people do like when they get shouted out on this show. So you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got shout outs for days. Yeah. I could do it, but my third DJ, it would have to be Chase B. Chase B.
Shout out to Chase B.
Yeah, Chase B.
Where you from?
I'm from Houston. Travis Scott DJ.
Okay.
I met him at Justice Party last year for the first time, but I just gained a lot of respect from him. Like I said, I do my research. I go to shows. I haven't been to a Travis set that has ran, like, he runs the show so well, and nothing's pre-recorded, nothing's programmed.
Oh, he's still one of the live DJs. Yeah, that's dope.
I'm talking about every sample he hit is on point every show. Every mic cue he do is on point every show. I'll watch his show. I'll watch every set they have on YouTube. I'll know the show and still be amazed when I go see the show and he do it every time, every gunshot, every talent. Man, listen, that's consistency. That's one of the things that's lacking in the DJ world right now.
Yep. Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So I got a lot of respect for Chase B, and I told him that in person. Like, I'm like, bro, you like, and then that was my first time because he DJ'd and then Spinall DJ'd. So it was my first time hearing him in Spinall. But
shout out to Spinall.
Yeah, seeing them. And just the way Justice Party was set up, the DJ was in the middle of the party, and everybody was around him.
Hey, that's a dope.
And he killed it.
I think, to be honest with you, that's a perfect place to put like a DJ booth in, but like level it up a little bit.
Yeah, type thing. But the thing is, like everything. The way Justice Party was is like they had this bright ass white light, like from God, shining on the DJ booth,
like from God.
And then everything on the DJ booth was all white. It just looked godly.
So it just fluorescent with the color.
Man,
that's how it should be.
You know, a lot of DJs come to Atlanta and they can't really please the Atlanta crowd. But he killed it.
So I do gotta ask that though. What is the Atlanta crowd right now?
Let's talk about it. Yeah,
New York.
Atlanta's taking that kind of.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk some DJ stuff now. Yeah, let's do it.
The Atlanta crowd is like a melting pot. You have. It's so weird because especially at a place like I DJ Opium. Especially at a place like Opium, the crowd is so diverse. You have your crowd that loves old Atlanta. Gucci, Jeezy, Shawty Rocco, and then these guys. Rocco, he come and open him a lot, so he bringing people who love to hear him.
Mm-hmm. So you like when you see the artists coming in, you playing their stuff off real, or you just like letting it cool, kind of letting it flow with the music that you already doing.
I ain't gonna lie,
let's bring it in right. Yeah, like so when you pull up on DJs and an artist is there, do the DJs be overzealous and start playing the music right away, or what should they?
I feel like you just need it to come naturally. I would never. Even if I walked in there with an artist, I don't care who he is, I would never go to the DJ like, hey, drop everything and play this.
Yeah.
Because if they come to me like that, it's like, nah, I'm going with the flow of the party.
Right.
I work it in where I work it in.
Yeah.
But I'm not sacrificing the party because if the party get fucked up, it's not your job on the line.
Yeah.
You're not having to deal with the promoter and the club owner. So even when artists come in there, they'll make themselves like, no, like, I'm here. And it's like, I got you. I'm going to fuck with you. But I'm going to fuck with you when it feel right. And they'll never get mad at that. I always play their music. I always play their music, but I don't never overdo it either.
Can't overdo it.
Have you ever been out and the artist probably didn't want to hear their music?
Oh, that's Nudy.
Yeah.
Nudy all the time. If Nudy goes out, especially when he's not booked, he want to hear Baby Drill. He don't want to hear his music. Yeah. He don't even want you to tell people he in the club. Yeah. He want to enjoy himself.
That's a known fact, yeah.
But even then, like, it's so crazy. The clip that got Baby Drill popping was a clip I recorded when we was in Blue Flame randomly in January last year. And the DJ, he was just playing hella Nudy. He like, hey, man, like, tell the DJ I want to hear some Baby Drill. But the DJ don't know who Baby Drill is. So I'm paying the DJ $100, like, hey, play the song. He played the song.
DJs is not doing that either.
Oh, no, I always
they're not paying DJs.
No, Mark B. Again, shout out to Mark B. Mark B will pull up on me.
Okay, yeah, that's love.
Spin it whenever, leave, go to another spot. Like
Mark B won't even wait for you to. He just like, yo, I'm giving you this. Just play it whenever you can.
That's love.
But like, certain DJs will spin. Yeah. But I'm one of those like I know how far it goes. Like, it goes a long way. So I spend out of my pocket, but at the same time, working with that artist and management is like, I'm going to always go the extra mile.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend that anyway, just to make sure he's straight.
That's right.
And so I went up there, I spent the money, and the DJ, and this is why I always lead with that, because the DJ played it once, and he just seen a reaction, and the place kind of went crazy, and he ran it back 3 more times, and I ain't have to do nothing.
Damn.
But I'm sitting there, I'm recording the footage, so then I get the footage, I send it to Drill, they post it, and it just blow up.
That's hard.
But that's just the type of like person Nudy is. Like when he go out, he want to hear his homies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He don't really care about hearing himself.
Let's get into some real gritty right now. All right. Dead in the middle of the club, right? Yeah. You rocking. Everybody dancing, which is really rare in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You rocking right now. Yo, I got this record. What we doing? How we handling that?
Man, I don't.
At this stage in the game. Tapping you and all that, you know what I'm saying? They touching you now,
it's
bro.
It's one thing when you see like the crowd reaction, you see the party going. Yeah. You hear the host talking to me. You hear the monitor loud in my ear. Yeah. You trying to have a conversation. I can't do it.
Headphones be on sometimes, one be off. They still trying to talk to you, man.
And then it's like they try to hold a full conversation. Hey man, this is what I'm trying to do with this record here. It's like, yo,
not the time to play.
We can chop it up later. I give you my number, but I can't.
So you say that?
Fuck up my
Okay.
You can't fuck up my vibe, but it's all how they approach you. So I had this one artist. He was signed to a major label that people know. He really ain't had no motion these past couple years, and he wants me to debut his new record. Mm-hmm. I'm not personally a fan of his music, but he comes up and he asks me, yo, what's the ticket on it? I gave him the price. You know, you asked me, that's what the price is.
I'm going to be real with you right now. Even though you said you didn't like his music, you still going to give him the price?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to still give him the price because at the end of the day, like, artists, they spend money on bottles. Yeah. They might spend money getting ones from dancers. I'm not going to take away from what the club might make or what other people might make because they want to hear their song, they want to throw money, they want to pop bottles. But when I give you the price, that's the price. So the artist looked at me and he was like, "You see the chain I got on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I see it. It don't mean nothing to me. I mean, it's nice. You got
conversation.
One. Yeah, this is in the middle of the club." And I'm like, that's the price. That's the price. And he's like, "Okay, well, you see, this the relationship we starting out with." He like, it's a monetary relationship. So if you ask me for a favor, I'm gonna give you my price. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna ask you for a favor.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
The price is the price.
Price is the price.
He spends the money. I play the record. It's cool. He popped the bottles. He throw the money. And I've had situations where it's went like that, and I had situations where it went left. And it's like, my God, you can't get mad at me. Yeah. Like I don't have a personal relationship with you. But I always tell artists, even like artists that I might consult with, is like, yo, go in the club and spin with the DJs, because it's a nigga like me who you might spend $100, $200 with on a night, and I'm listening to the record, and I'm like, oh, this record got potential, or this record actually got a response. Yeah. Amongst all the other records I play, so now this record, I'm gonna try it again. Yeah. I'm gonna try it at the next party.
Try it at the next party. Yep.
Yeah, and next thing you know, you in a rotation, you ain't even got to pay for it.
So what I'm hearing from a lot of artists is that a lot of the DJs nowadays are standoffish, so they're not approachable. How would you answer that question? Are DJs not approachable?
You gotta blame your fellow artists for that one.
Yeah.
I would be standoffish and not approachable because an artist would approach me crazy. Yeah. So now I gotta tell security, hey, I don't talk to nobody.
And he's right there, yeah?
Yeah, he right here, and he like, hey, he ain't doing that. Look, listen, I done had niggas try me, and I'm not even the rah-rah type of person. I'm a real chill person. Yeah. So for anybody that ever try to get me out my element, it's like, oh yeah, nah, let me go ahead and put somebody right here before this shit ever go left.
Some people don't understand what these DJs gotta go through, man. You know what I'm saying? Like every night,
man, niggas get drunk and approach you and talk crazy.
All types of.
I done had niggas like, hey, play my song right now and throw money at me.
And we ain't even talking about like that's just what how the niggas distract you. We not even talking about like if you is someone like BJ. Of course, you may or you may not come with a couple pieces. They in the booth getting drunk too.
Yeah.
The vibes over there messing up the vibe.
Yeah. Man, I had problems with that.
What about the women artists? Have you ever had anything go left with a women or
man, I had women try to like women artists.
Let's talk about it.
I'm not even that type of nigga. So I don't know if this work. I don't even know if this work with other DJs.
For me?
But I done had women artists like try to seduce me and like, oh well, you want to play my song, baby? I'm like, hold on, relax, Lord.
It's real spill.
Look,
I feel like that's a blessing of Atlanta. It's so saturated out here. We used to it.
I've been used to it.
I'm like, baby, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't even my cup of tea.
Keep it playing, please. Keep it.
If you want respect as an artist, just approach me as an artist. When you try to sexualize me and try to get your I ain't going for that one. Nah, I feel like you're trying.
So let's talk about this. So you do after hours at Opium.
Yeah.
So how is your mindset from they got the regular, then you got the after hours? How do you keep that same energy? People are already drunk. You got to keep people in here who might be ready to go home.
So
but you're still popping bottles. It's 5 o'clock.
That's actually like why I like doing after hours. It pushed me. So I really gotta like sit there and analyze. All right, they probably just left Rebel or Republic when it was open. They probably done heard Cardi B and Glorilla. They done heard the Drake and 21. They done heard all the fire shit the last 45 minutes.
Now they coming to you.
So when they come in here, where could I go that makes them stay? What could I do? I might, especially if I do after hours on a Saturday and I'm coming behind Tone, because Tone had his shit lit.
God damn.
But it's like, I just can't, I can't come behind Tone with like motion. So I come behind Tone with R&B. I straight do R&B 20 minutes. And
after hours.
People, and
let's
most
do
people
it.
They would think like
R&B, man.
They would think like, oh, that's gonna slow the party down. Nah. I get on the mic, I'm like, hey man, all that gangster shit is out the window, man. We got beautiful ladies in here. Someone here, like my favorite thing to say on the mic is I'm here to party for the ladies, Cause where the ladies having fun, That's where the club gonna be fun.
There you go. So let's segue into that. What's your favorite set to play in a club,
R&B.
man?
R&B.
What R&B? What era?
2000s.
Okay.
I'm a 2000s baby. Like I'm a 90s baby, but 2000s is where I like my growth in music happened. So the Ushers.
I think that's when you bridge the gap with the older people.
Yeah, the subtitled Chris Brown album.
Come on, man.
B2K. Like
I feel like many men in the club want to hear R&B. They act like they don't.
But
Wait till they get
but
drunk.
that's why I always know I can pivot to it. Cause it's like the guys sing that shit. I play Keisha Cole Love. The guys sing that shit just as loud as the women.
They be in there looking so. DJs be like they so tough. Nah, I can't play this. These niggas like
what you talking about?
They say that shit.
They singing that Fantasia, bro. They singing that Fantasia.
I want to tell you, bro. I get on the mic and say, "Hey, y'all niggas looking too gangsta
Too tough in this motherfucker.
Y'all must not want no pussy." And I'm like, I'm finna have these ladies singing to you. Do something with it. I'm trying to throw you an alley oop.
So you a host or no host?
I'm a host when there is no host.
Okay.
But
would you rather a host on your set?
I'm indifferent. It's like if the club is gonna pay a host,
go ahead.
That's your job. That's what you're getting paid for.
Okay.
Do your job. I'm not gonna do your job for you.
Yeah.
And you collect a free check.
Okay.
That ain't going on. But if the club is paying me there to be there and there is no host, I'm gonna host because I know how to host and I can keep the party going. Right.
So.
How do you feel if you're in a packed club and everybody's vibing but nobody's really dancing?
Ooh, the question.
And I want to add on to that even more.
This is the.
I just feel like I just gotta pivot. Like there's so many ways you can pivot where they ain't gotta dance, but they can still be engaged. So I'm gonna first try out my twerk set, just a little piece. I'm gonna see if any of the ladies respond, and if that don't work, I'm gonna go old Atlanta, like old Future, old Rocco, old Gucci. If that don't respond, I'm gonna go to a little TikTok dance shit.
Yeah.
It's just, it's different. It's crates that I can go to. Yeah. And then when I find it, like one night I went Afrobeat and that just caught fire. And it's like, all right, well I'm here. Then I can pivot from Afrobeat and I can go into like the 100 BPM of like the old school, the Maze.
Let's talk DJ shit. Let's
Frankie Beverly and Maze, and then the Beyonce. Before I let go into the Beyonce version, like, and that transition always catch me. Yeah. Then I can go into the Poison. Then I go from Poison to the new Beyonce. Yeah. Then it's like different ways you could. Then as the night goes on, you look up and it's like, damn, we finna close.
So I'll ask this question: compared to, I would say, early 2000s going into the 2012 era and stuff, versus right now. Do you feel like clubs are as lit as they used to be?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you some of the most lit clubs I done did.
Real spill.
Opera. On a Wednesday, no sections. Quad, Recipes Quad, they had no sections. It was just wall to wall and a stage.
That's facts.
Mansion, before they put all the sections, you just had the bar in the middle. I feel like those was the craziest parties. But I also understand why the Atlanta culture moved towards sections. Especially club owners.
Yeah.
So I wasn't never mad at it. But, and this is where I want to segue, this is why parties like Mark B and Dos Diaz, no sections, got a place that they can shine now. Because it's like there's that group of people that missed that part. Or before Republic closed, I remember they headliner group came up here and they did a party on a Friday. It was an R&B party, but they took all the sections in the middle of the floor out and had like a dance floor. Opium used to do that on their Friday nights. They would remove all the sections off the stage and have like a band and a dance floor. Right? I feel like you have your crowd that missed that part, but then you have your crowd that love the sections. They love the privacy, the standing on couches, you can kind of be in your own world. So
I think that's like the real spill too. Like when we trying to, as DJs, answer this question in general, people really like sections now too. I mean, you know, I miss the dancing era. I really, really do. But this is kind of where we at now. You know what I'm saying?
You still got your places like people love Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Like you can go in there and just.
Popo on the live now too. Yeah, shout out to Rocksteady, man. You know, you go in there and get a real dance.
I feel like it does need to be that fair mix though, like a club that don't really cater to the section and the clubs that cater to the section. But
what about those clubs where you used to dance with one girl and then you go home and you call your homie, yo, I had like 9 dubs and stuff like that. Is that ever gonna come back? You know what I'm saying? Remember that time when you used to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I had mad dubs today, you know what I'm saying?
I'm asking
that ain't it right now, you know what I'm saying?
So your homie set you up, right? They say we trying to have a fun night, BJ. They just went in Atlanta. You know how everybody hit you up. Hey, I'm in the town. I'm trying to have some fun.
Oh, we about to start.
Where is BJ really taking the homie?
Well, you know it's crazy. I'm not a big fan of clubs. I've been working in clubs since I was like 16. So kind of burnt out on it. But me, I like lounges.
Yeah.
So even on my side of town where I live, I got this lounge called Seaver's. It's chill, but it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
I literally start my night out there. I might slide down to Zari, or we might slide to like Traffic or something.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we'll go through the city. We might hit like a Revel, depending on what night it is, or we might go to Red Martini if it's Monday. Or if it's a weekend, we hitting after hours. But most of the time I'm starting out at a lounge. I mean, the club shit, I understand why people like going there, but me, I'm a chill person. I like smoking hookah.
Yeah.
Niggas hate hookah. I don't know why. Niggas just hate on hookah, and it's like, hey man, I don't smoke weed.
I think they just don't let. I don't know anything a black man do. It's just like you can't do this in the club. It's like,
well, I'm the type of nigga where I don't care who you is. I'm smoking my hookah. I'm gonna get my own hookah. I ain't gonna worry about what y'all got going on. Y'all smoke all the weed y'all want.
So question, going off of Trap's question to you, have you ever been out in the club and it's packed, you done brought your friends out, they probably celebrating a birthday, and the DJ is ass? Like, you know, as a DJ, we can't really party because we're always listening to the music, so.
Is that a good thing that we
I hate it.
Why are we like this?
We program
I don't know.
It's like we can't go out and have fun, we always like analyzing the transition.
I think that just what makes you being, like, that's part of being a DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Any industry you work, you gonna do that. If you was a valet and you watch a nigga park a car, you like, oh nah, he not a good valet. Like,
fact, though,
so I just take it as it come. But yeah, I go to clubs a lot, and I'll analyze it, and it don't even be on no cocky shit. Like if I see a DJ ain't really paying attention to the crowd, or he really just kind of in a weird spot, I'm not gonna go give him advice right there. That nigga don't know me. He don't give a fuck who I am. But I'm gonna go introduce myself. I'm like, yo, I DJ too. I'm checking you out and shit. You know, let's link up sometime. Let's chop it up.
That's hard right there.
Like, cause I don't ever want to step on any DJ's toes. But I always want to be genuine with it too.
You gotta remember, be a human being. You know what I'm saying? You might. It may be, if you're a resident, you may have like an off night, or you just probably just want some real chill shit, and somebody came out and seen you. You know what I'm saying? So as DJs, we are always critical. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I even gotta chill out too. I go out a lot, and I just be like, hey.
But I take an account with that too.
I would have did this. I would have did that too. You know what I'm saying?
I take an account with that too. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna chop it up with him. I'm gonna be like, yo, when the next time you DJing, I'm gonna go check it out again. But even with that, it's like tying into that too is the reason I don't drink heavy when I DJ.
Right.
I might have a shot or two.
Or a spill.
But I've seen a lot of DJs get drunk. And they'll get fucked up, and it's like, yo, you don't know how many times I done got gigs from somebody in the crowd that look like a random Joe. It's like, yo, you killed that shit. Let me get your number. And he get my number, and this nigga worked at the fucking W, and he booked the DJs there, and they pay whatever. That's happened to me.
That's how I do.
So it's like, I can't get fucked up drunk and then expect the DJ or expect anybody to book me based on my performance when I don't give a fuck about my performance.
Pace yourself, DJs. I like that.
And if you know you get like that, don't drink.
Don't drink.
Like, it's not that hard.
It really ain't.
I don't know why people act like it's a crutch that they need, but It's you can drink in moderation.
It's that look.
Yeah.
Man,
They trying to.
Like
Some people trying to make that
some
look.
People don't know how to.
I just really feel like some niggas just straight alcoholics. Like they just don't know how to say no.
Nerd done went out the window after the third shot.
I ain't gonna lie. At Opium, niggas pop bottles. Niggas will bring me 10 shots in a night.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I need a drink. I need to have my blunts roll. And they gotta be free. So let's talk about that. At your level right now, you got a tab, everything you pay.
Rider.
Oh, you got the rider.
Yeah, it's the rider.
It's the rider. Let's talk about
I give the promoters a rider.
Yeah. As gems, before they even book you, just give it to them.
So I need a hookah.
Mm-hmm.
I need free hookah, free refills. I need free parking. Shout out to Plug, because Plug told me don't ever DJ nowhere if they ain't parking you up front for free.
Because that makes no sense at all.
It doesn't. Why would I?
Technically working there, like
man, I don't walk into places they don't want it. $50 for parking, $60 for a hookah, $20 on a drink. It's like, damn, y'all only paying me $350, so what the hell I'm here for?
You working backwards, right? They trying to make $350 off you back already.
But
riders,
at the point that I'm at now, and like the level of party that I'm able to bring, it's not hard to tell a promoter like, hey, I'm gonna need a comp bottle. I don't always want a comp bottle.
Yeah.
But it's some nights where I walk in, I'm like, I want a little comp bottle. I got some vibes pulling up. I got some people with me.
You gotta make sure they're good.
I don't even want a section. They can chill with me, but I'm gonna just need a hookah, a bottle, and some parking.
Yeah.
Man, the bottle costs the club $40, $50. If a promoter don't want to give you that, then they don't really want you to DJ. Which, that's cool with me, because I don't have to DJ here.
So do you feel like a lot of promoters try to finesse different DJs and stuff out here? As far as like, and I don't mean like finesse, like trying to undercut them, but try to pay as little as possible.
See, it's crazy. I was just telling my homeboy, you only get what you negotiate. And I feel like a lot of DJs get so caught up in the moment or the opportunity,
right,
that they don't negotiate. A promoter be like, hey, I want you to do a 2-hour set here. They be like, boom, I'm there. You ain't ask no questions. You ain't ask nothing about what equipment they got.
What day you getting paid? Am I getting paid after?
Yo, I'm glad you saying this, man. It's the thirst is the game is messed up now because of the thirst. It's like, all right, I'll be there. What time you need me there? But you ask that one question.
I'm there.
Yeah. And at the end of the night, then you be let down. Then you be hurt. But it's like, nah, you gotta understand, bro.
You get what you negotiate.
You get what you negotiate. Like, you only get what you negotiate.
That's the biggest takeaway from this episode. Is you get what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not crazy for me to say, all right, y'all want me to DJ, y'all want me to close 1 to 3, right? Well, I'm gonna need a comp bottle. I'm always tip the bottle girls and hookah girls. They gonna always be taken care of. You ain't gotta worry about
no
that.
spill. Yep.
That's one thing I'm known for, is I take care of the people that take care of me.
So that's crazy too, because vice versa. Do the bottle girls take care of the DJs once that happens?
Yeah.
So you know what's crazy? I always put bottle girls on. Like, I don't have a problem breaking bread with nobody. So I tell the bottle girls, yo, if y'all book a section, they got their clientele. I don't know what your clientele is. I do different clubs. But if you book a section,
let me know what they want.
And you know this nigga a rapper, and you know this nigga might want to hear his song in the club when his bottles come out.
It's the back door now, right?
All you gotta do is tell the nigga, hey, the DJ charge $150 for a song. Do you want your song played? I can get it played.
Yeah.
Or you can be like, the DJ charged $200, but I can get it for $150.
It's gems.
If you come to me and you say, hey, I got this artist, I told him $150, what you want of it? I'm gonna bust it down halfway with you. I'm always, bro, cause you hustle for that.
Yeah.
I'm doing you a service, but you doing me a service too. So it's always, and I got my bottle girls who they masters at it. They like wizards. They'll bring me so much money throughout the night that I gotta tip you extra.
Yeah.
But that you develop good relations.
Yeah, and they love you. They ain't got nothing bad to say about you. And that always, like I said, you take care of people that take care of you, and that always will keep your name good in these spots.
That's right, man.
It could be a promoter that hates you, it could be an owner that hates you, but as soon as they say something about you to one of them, it's like, nah, I love him. He always take care of us. He never do nothing crazy. He never tries. He's solid.
I feel that.
That go a long way than anything anybody can say about me in the club besides my actual playing ability.
Man, I feel like we can talk for hours.
So BJ, 3 things that you want to see change in the DJ community. Woo! And then we're going to get into the would you rather.
Only 3.
Number 1, the jealousy got to go away.
Ooh.
The jealousy got to go away. It's enough money in this industry, the entertainment industry, for all of us. You don't have to undercut. You don't have to sit there and find ways to get DJs off of parties.
Right.
You ain't got to talk shit about DJs. If a promoter says, if I come to a promoter like, hey, I want to do this party, and they're like, well, we're going to stick with this DJ. He fits the party better. All that means is I got to go work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the party just ain't a good fit for me. If I'm not an Afrobeats DJ, I don't need to do an Afrobeats party.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell am I here for? Why am I at Rum Punch?
Yeah.
That's not even my scene.
Yeah.
But, you can't just be thirsty for any crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So that just goes back into jealousy. Like, the jealousy got to go away.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, DJs need to have more awareness of everything.
Mm.
They need to be aware of the crowd they're playing.
Yeah.
They need to be aware of who they're playing to. So like I said, if an artist walks in the club, all right, I know this artist is here.
Mm.
Obviously, I want this artist to come back. I want them to enjoy themselves.
That's right.
So even if their artist doesn't, per se wants to hear their music, and the manager just comes up, hey, what they want to hear? What they need from me? Oh, she loves Jamaican music?
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna play a Jamaican set for her. I'm finna shout her out. Just be aware of who you're catering to at the end of the night. You always want to make sure the party keeps going. You also want to make sure the people in the party enjoy themselves individually. So I'm not the type of DJ where I'm like, oh, I don't do requests. If you come up to me and you're like, hey, I want to hear Detroit music. Okay, I'm going to try to work it in for you. I can't do it right now, but give me a little bit. I'm going to work it in for you. People come and tip me all the time just off the love. Like, yo, I asked you for a song, you played it. Here you go. And that's love, but like a lot of DJs, I've even approached people like, yo, whenever you can, just throw a little bit of Savage in your mix. I don't do requests. I'm not that type of DJ.
Yeah.
That's hard.
All right, that's fair. I'm not going to argue with you.
That ain't going to get you no money.
But I just know I'm never going to ask you, when it comes to, recommending anybody, I just know you're not the person. Because my crowd and the people that I play, even with me going on tour, is after I was finna be whoever for 2 months, I'm not going to be like, hey, get him, because they're going to ask you a million times to play a song. You're going to be saying no all night. Somebody going to go on your shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just got to be aware, especially, even with that, saying no to just the way you talk to people. I could be having a bad night, but I just can't talk to anybody any type of way because I'm DJ BJ. Because the right niggas will go on your shit.
Mm-hmm. I've seen
and ain't nothing you can do about it because you're going to be picking yourself up off the ground. And then the third thing is just the biggest thing, and ain't got nothing to do with DJing, but I see a lot of DJs blow their money.
Mm. Tour money or club money?
Club money. I've seen DJs open up and get paid and turn around and spend it all in the club. And it's like, my guy, you just DJ for free.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on in your pockets. I don't know. But again, it's all off what you negotiate.
Right.
Quest opens up for Tone on Saturdays.
Shout out to Quest.
Quest, he can come in and he could buy a bottle and spend his money. Or he could tell, hey, when I'm DJing, I need a bottle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All they can say is yes or no.
That's why we gotta do the show, man. People need to watch the show.
Yeah, so don't turn around and don't make money to spend your money when sometimes you gotta do is ask. Like I said, it costs the club $50.
Yeah, that club amount definitely.
That's backwards, man. So, but I think a lot of DJs don't think they have the leverage to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was telling a friend of mine, when I do after hours, I know I keep motherfuckers in there till 6 a.m. Spending money. I keep them throwing. They threw like $10,000 on dancers in a 3-hour period. I'm only there from 3:30 to 6. Mm-hmm. So I know just how much weight I hold. I know when I be out of town on shows, people be like, "Oh, I can't wait till you come back." Mm-hmm. So I know that sometimes all I gotta do is ask. Most of the times they're not gonna tell me no,
right?
Because there's no influence that come with me,
right?
So right now we want to get into our Would You Rather segment. All right, we're gonna ask you a couple of questions real quick. The first answer that comes to mind, you got to give it out, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready? And go. Title or record pool?
Title.
Stems or download?
Stems.
Promoter or deal with the owner?
Owner.
Opening DJ or closing DJ?
Opening.
DJ at a corporate event or a lounge?
Corporate.
DJ at a strip club or a regular club?
Regular club.
Kicks or shoes?
Kicks.
You rather get tips or you rather get drinks?
Tips.
ATL music or New York music?
ATL.
Headphone music, no headphones?
No headphones.
Oh, man, he did crazy right there, man. Let's go, man.
Hey, it's been great having DJ BJ in here, but
Yes, sir.
BJ, I got one question to ask you, and the most important question.
What's up?
Why do DJs need love too?
Ooh.
We're undervalued. We're underappreciated. And I feel like sometimes it's oversaturated. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like the DJs who really be out here putting on, they just need their flowers. They need their notoriety. Mm-hmm. They need just, sometimes that little extra, like, I appreciate everything you do for us, go a long way.
Yeah.
They just need an extra push sometimes because this should be discouraging.
Right.
It's hard. It's easy to get lost in the sauce. So sometimes hey, bro, I appreciate everything you do for me. Just not even for me, just for DJs, period. Mm-hmm. The way you play, demand respect for us, that go a long way.
That's right.
I feel like a lot of DJs don't get the opportunity.
Now, I'll say this. We definitely thank you for coming in once again. DJ BJ in the building. Let them know where they can find you at on all social media platforms, BJ.
All socials is at Real DJ BJ. About to go on the road with Nudy, March 1st all the way to April 29th. We're all over the states.
Big tour.
Yeah, EA Monster Tour. So you can definitely catch us out there. We got after parties. We got, shows. And then I'll be back in the city. So just tap in with my socials and you'll see where I'm at.
Once again, this is the DJs Need Love 2 show. I go by DJ Thirsttrap.
DJ Monae.
DJ Battio.
And we out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.